Welcome to the Alberta Schools Athletic Association's 4A Provincial Basketball Championships from Jasper Place High School in Edmonton. Good evening, basketball fans. I'm Kevin Donnan, and I'm proud to bring you the call of the second half of tonight's championship doubleheader from the Rebel Gymnasium. In just a few moments, we will tip off the men's 4A Provincial Championship game, and we have the host team, the number one ranked team in the province, the Jasper Place Rebels, on their home floor, taking on the number 3 ranked Bishop McNally Timberwolves of Calgary. I'm pleased to be joined by a former coach of the MacEwan University women's basketball team and a longtime coach in the 4A division in the Metro Athletic Association with Spruce Grove, Dave Oldham. You know, we barely survived the excitement and the thrill ride that was the women's championship. Updating that score, St. Albert won 66-65 over Bishop Carroll. I don't know if we can take another game like the women's game we just saw, but we are in for another good one tonight.
That women's game was an amazing display of women's basketball in this province, and I know these two teams are geared up. They've both had great tournaments to this point. Two, I think, evenly matched, athletic, fast-paced teams, and we better buckle up because it's going to be a good ride here.
Oh yeah, fasten your seatbelts, everybody. We want to thank everyone from around the world, throughout the province, for joining us on this Alberta Schools Athletic Association webcast via their YouTube channel. We are from the Rebel Gymnasium, the legendary, one of the most legendary sports venues in Edmonton, the JP Gym, the Rebel Gymnasium. And we will do the player introductions here. Bishop McNally, of course, we can go through how they got here. Bishop McNally in their first game beat one of the toughest, one of the scrappiest teams in the province, the Scona Lords. They didn't have an easy time in their first game, 88-81 over the 14th ranked Scona Lords. And you want to talk, Bishop McNally's getting introduced. You want to talk about the ultimate hostile environment here at the Rebel Gym. In their second game, Dave, they won 82-72 over the 6th ranked Harry Ainlay Titans. And in the semifinal, measure of revenge, Bishop McNally lost the city championship in Calgary to Western, but they won in the semifinal 88-76. What are you expecting out of this Bishop McNally team?
You know what, they're a veteran-laden team. They're the 2017 provincial champions from 2 years ago, and several grade 12s. So I think they're going to be experienced, composed, and ready to take on the big challenge of knocking off the number one team in the province in their own gym for the 4A championship. You couldn't write it any better.
8 seniors on the Bishop McNally T-Wolves team, and we are in the madhouse on 163rd Street. We'll get a shot of the student section, which is, boy, we're going to have some fun tonight. There they are, the Rebel student section, and you know what? The gym is packed. We have got a great environment, and I'll tell you, we had the bronze medal game came down to a buzzer beater to the last play of the game. The women's championship game came down to the last play. Boy, what a great way to finish if we can have this game finish it. And you know what? Finish in the same fashion. And you know what? These two teams are ready to go.
Absolutely. You know what? Jasper Place has hosted the provincial championships many years, and for them to be able to host the final game of the season with their home team playing in front of a packed crowd is an incredible experience for their student section. You'll see over there giving it everything. Bishop McNally, it's also a dream for them, right? Nothing more you want than to come to someone else's barn and knock them off for the title. So both teams will be excited to go. I'm expecting very fast-paced, up-tempo game to start, and we'll see how it settles in as the game goes on.
Up front for the Rebels, you have starting Daniel McLaren, Ben Cricky, number 14, number 6, Justin Rose, number 5, Darren Hunter, and number 3, Malik Pottinger for the Rebels. He is the real energy guy on Jasper Place. We'll get the starting lineup for Bishop McNally in just a second, and the Rebels will start with the first offensive possession, and there's Pottinger over to Cricky. Top of the key, that is number 9, Daniel McLaren, for 3 right off the start.
Big shot for Daniel off the start, gets the Rebels off and running.
There's the point guard, James Trinidad. The offense will run through him for McNally. Eusebio, number 21. Far side. Kicked back out to Trinidad. Long three. And James Trinidad answers. So back and forth already within these first 38 seconds. Here's Cricky, number 14, provincial team player, MVP of the city championship game. The southpaw from three-point range can't find it. And that is number 6, Justin Rose, just stepping out in the inbound. Will go from Benjamin Kamba.
Both teams so far settling for the outside shot. When you're 2 for 3 between the two of them, that's not bad, but we'll see who gets the ball inside here as well.
Mikhail Peters, number 13, is the post player. 6'5", grade 12 for McNally. That shot misses. That's Elia, number 22, with the miss for the T-Wolves. Tie game here early on. Great to have you with us. The ASAA corner three won't go. Pottinger tried the rebound, and Trinidad will bring it up the floor. T-Wolves now. Trinidad will cross over. Over to Kamba. Kamba now to Eusebio. Kamba here. Trinidad far side in front of the Rebel bench. 7 on the shot clock. Trinidad for 3, and he hits. James Trinidad with the hot hand early on, Dave.
Couple big shots there for Bishop McNally. Give them some confidence. That's a good start.
Cricky thought about the cut to number 5, Darren Hunter. There's the shot, goes wide, and McNally now with a 3-point lead. And the defensive, and there's the strong three that won't go. And Pottinger now will run the floor. He will drive the lane. That is his role, but he dishes there to Justin Rose.
Great look. He attacked the rim, saw the defense close in on him, and he found the open player, Justin Rose, with a nice shot.
No mistake from about 7 feet down the baseline. Packed house here at the Rebel Gym. Alberta Schools Athletic Association men's 4A provincial title game. Trinidad for 3 again, and 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
He's found his range.
For the Timberwolves, boy, is he ever right off the start, and he has all 9 points. For Bishop McNally. Nice reverse by number 5, Darren Hunter on that cut. There's a loose ball. There's Cricky with the steal. He loses the handle on the basketball, and Bishop McNally will take the possession. Trinidad will drive the lane. Little runner that goes. And right now, it's the James Trinidad show.
Hey, he forced them to challenge a 3-point shot, took it inside, and got the friendly bounce.
Here's Malik Pottinger, 6'1" guard. He is the energy, he is the engine of this Rebel offense. There's a finger roll that won't go by Justin Rose. Here's Trinidad, near side. The drive and the big rejection by number 9, Daniel McLaren. T-Wolves retain possession. There's the drive to the basket, and that's good work there by number 13, Mikhail Peters, the 6'5" post player.
Good balance take at the rim there by Peters.
Oh, and a ball fake there by number 5, Darren Hunter, but he's caught on the travel. And Bishop McNally with the early lead here. 6:19 to go in the first quarter. They're up by 6, 13-7. Here's Trinidad now. Talk about the engine of the offense. Right now, James Trinidad is the offense for the T-Wolves tonight. But that will change. Pottinger now, number 3, here he goes. It's number 6, Rose. Pottinger now, the long 3, and hits.
Tough contested shots. He just elevated and knocked it down. That was beautiful.
Rebels cut the lead, 13-10. T-Wolves now, here's Trinidad. He'll dish it off. Now Trinidad back over into the corner. There's Trinidad, the long 3 that won't go, and Trinidad with his first miss of the night, but
a little bit of a heat check there with a long-range shot, but hey, if you've knocked down 3, might as well take it. McLaren
inbounds to Pottinger, who will bring it up. And here's Cricky, so versatile. Big post player, but there's the soft hands of Ben Cricky, 6'7", grade 12. You know what? He can shoot, he can drive the lane, he can post up. He is Mr. Versatility for the Rebels.
What a great take there. He went in driving with his right. He felt the contact, switch it over to his left for the and one. Fantastic.
And he caps off the three-point play. Tie ball game halfway through this first quarter in the ASAA High School Provincial Championship, the men's 4A title game. There's a nice jumper by number 13, Peters of the T-Wolves. Pottinger now near side to Cricky. Cricky will drive. That left hand, that runner, couldn't get it to fall on the rebound by the T-Wolves. Here's Trinidad. First half of this first quarter. There's the left-hander that won't go. Good rebound by number 9, Daniel McLaren. There's a three-point, won't go. Trinidad with the rebound. Point guard for these T-Wolves. Big steal by Pottinger now. He's going to find Rose, and he will finish. And a beautiful finish by Justin Rose on a great steal by Pottinger.
Lightning quick transition there for the Rebels for the easy basket.
Tie ball game, 15-15. 4 minutes to go. Rebel Gymnasium. Can the Jasper place Rebels, the number 1 ranked team in the province? Trinidad can't get the three, big rebound. And the drive by number 21, Eusebio, can't get it to go. Can these Rebels, the number 1 ranked team in the province, win the provincial title on their home floor? The number 1 and number 3 ranked teams in this tournament. Rebels came in as the number 1 seed. T-Wolves is the number 3 seed. There's the corner three from Daniel McLaren, and Daniel McLaren getting it done from beyond the arc and defensively. He's been a force defensively early on.
A couple big threes by him, and as you said, some great defense. He's sparked their three-point lead.
There's a drive of the lane, won't go. Rebound by Cricky. McLaren now spots Rose on the far side. Thought about driving the baseline. Screen by Cricky. Now Pottinger will direct traffic with 10 on the shot clock and 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Pottinger tries to drive, and the foul is called.
I tell you, I think we went about 4 minutes of game time there without a whistle. Fast-paced back and forth action, and a great start for both teams.
Non-shooting foul, and you know, we got to throw congratulations out to Bishop Carroll and the St. Albert Catholic High School. Boy, I mean, if you had a chance to watch that on the ASAA webcast that we just witnessed, that was a thrill ride. What a roller coaster back and forth game, and what a treat, and what a celebration of this sport. Here's Rose for three, and hits it. Justin Rose, and I'll tell you, we've got alumni here tonight. We've got former teachers, former coaches, everybody here at the Rebel Gym for this men's 4A title game.
You know, such a unique experience to get to a 4A championship game.
You're no stranger to that either.
It takes a lot of work and a lot goes into it, but to get one in your own gym, it's so awesome to see the community come out and support JP, and Bishop McNally has a lot of support here as well.
Absolutely. We want to welcome our Calgary viewers and viewers from throughout Alberta. I mean, it's been a true, as we said, a celebration of this wonderful sport. There's the wild runner by Trinidad that won't go, and the outlet to Rose, and the Rebels will run, and a nice lay-in that won't go, and a nice little tip by Eusebio, who will drive, and beautiful athletic play by Antonio Eusebio. But the Rebels answer back, and who else? The southpaw, Ben Cricky. 6-point lead here for the Rebs. Here we go now, T-Wolves. Baseline now, Trinidad with the nice dish. Down low to number 2, Niall Jacob Cooch, the 6'2 forward.
Trinidad's really pushed JP's defense with those early outside shots and now some penetration and kick. He's going to be a challenge for JP throughout the game.
There's Darren Hunter with the little runner off the window that won't go. T-Wolves bring it back up the floor, down 4, 23-19, minute 25 to go. In a very good first quarter, two very balanced teams. There's a nice little jumper that wouldn't fall. There's Eusebio in the lane. Good rebound by the T-Wolves. And a great offensive rebound and a great putback by Mikhail Peters.
I really like his game. He's balanced. He attacks the basket well. Hit an outside jumper earlier. He's been a good spark for them with 6 points early.
And he has, there's the lay-in that won't go for Justin Rose. And he's got the unenviable job of defending Ben Cricky too. And
yeah,
that's a long night.
He's going to be busy on both ends.
Here's Pottinger now, number 3. There's a shot for the 3 from the corner that won't go. Rebound by Trinidad, number 1. Point guard who hit his first 3 three-point attempts. He was 3 for 3. And we had the first 9 points for these T-Wolves. And there's the foul on McLaren. Bit of a hold there. You'll see as he gets tangled up, his first personal non-shooting foul. Inbound by the T-Wolves. That's number 12, Nicholas Gale. He's on the far side. Trinidad spots him. Gale. Kamba for 3 from the top of the key and can't get it to go. Cricky kicks it out. Nice save by Nicholas Gale, but the Revs take advantage on the transition. And number 6, Justin Rose, will shoot 2 with 7 seconds to go.
You'll see Justin Rose with a burst of speed there. He's actually on the Canadian national track team and a world-class 400-meter runner in his age group. So you'll see some explosiveness out of him today.
And Dave, you're an educator. Give us the report card on this first quarter. Give us your analysis of this first quarter, and did it live up to what you thought the way it would go?
You know, I think following up on that girls game, it's the energy's there, the scores within 3 or 4. Both teams have come out like we expected, fast-paced and explosive. I've been impressed with the resolve of JP to sustain that initial hit from McNally. And Bishop McNally's going to see what they do here on their last possession, but both teams have had a good start.
We talked about in the women's 4A title game how it was a chess match, and this certainly will be. T-Wolves and teal. There's the shot from the corner, the 3, and Gale can't get it to go. 2 seconds left. There's the shot and gets it. There's the buzzer beater at the first quarter, and that is a big bucket by number 11, Darius Redhead, the 6'2", grade 11 forward. And your Rebels, the Rebels lead your Jasper Place Rebels here on their home floor. 25-23 they lead, but a great first quarter.
Absolutely. Bishop McNally came out early. Trinidad knocking down 3 threes right away to give them a bit of a lead. JP then established some presence with Cricky out of the high post and attacking the basket to bring JP back. You could see the energy that JP would get from their transition and the explosiveness that their guards have. And I've been really impressed as well with Peters, number 13 from Bishop McNally. Solid, fundamental, defending Cricky on one end. I think he had 6 points on the other end. Look for him to continue to be a force for McNally, as well as Trinidad, obviously, as the second quarter gets going here.
Well, James Trinidad is, he is the floor general, no two ways about it. But we've definitely seen a great balance and a great distribution of the ball by the T-Wolves. They are the type of team where they can get a big performance virtually from anyone on their bench, and they definitely like to share the ball. It's not, Trinidad definitely runs the show, but he has really dished the ball well.
It's great to see both teams make that extra pass to find the open shooter. I've seen that on both sides of the floor, and by this time of the year, the players know each other well. They can easily predict dribble penetration where their teammates are going to go. Their sets are well rehearsed, and it's about the little adjustments that they'll make in these quarter breaks after what they've seen in the first quarter. You're not making major adjustments at this point in time. It's the subtle ones that make a big difference.
And with the head coaches of the respective teams, Bishop McNally, their head coach is Tyler Carroll. Jasper Place Rebels, Matt Burrows, and we want to thank Matt Burrows for bringing us here, and the ASAA, for Jasper Place and ASAA, who have worked so hard this weekend and have put on such a wonderful show here in Jasper Place. And there's the loose ball. Pottinger with the near steal. Number 6, Alfonso Crisostomo was unable to corral that ball, so the Rebels will take over here with a 2-point lead and their first offensive possession of the second quarter. Cricky can't go, but there's number 9, Daniel McLaren, who finds the perfect spot to collect that offensive rebound.
Yeah, you see JP come back here in a 1-3-1 zone defense, hoping that McNally will live with passing the ball around the perimeter. McNally's going to have to find an inside presence here.
Here we go, Nicholas Gale on this near side. Baseline now, that's number 2, Cooch. And the offensive foul called, and McLaren will inbound to Pottinger as the Rebels look to build on this 4-point lead. And what an atmosphere here tonight at the Rebel Gymnasium. As we mentioned, want to thank all of our viewers for joining in, our Calgary viewers. There's Ben Cricky from beyond the arc, and he hits the big 3. But we want to thank our Calgary viewers and basketball fans from everywhere who are tuning in, joining us here on this ASAA webcast. And there's a rare miscommunication between the T-Wolves here.
Yeah, Bishop McNally's struggling what to do with that 1-3-1. It's long, it's athletic. They're moving while the ball's in the air defensively to get in position, and Bishop McNally's going to have to come up with something to break that down.
Kamba now, tight defense on Pottinger. Here's Rose going to drive the ball with the lay-in, and the nice left-hander by Justin Rose, showing off that 400-meter speed.
That was explosive.
He's got that killer first step, and there's a great steal by Pottinger, and the beautiful little bit of a George Gervin finger roll there, and a big bucket, and a timeout called here by the Bishop McNally Timberwolves at the 8:15 mark of the second quarter. And it was the type of timeout that Tyler Carroll had to call.
Absolutely. Ben Cricky, just like the players in the first game, if you play off him, he's going to knock that 3 down. If you come up on him, he's going to attack, especially left for him is his preferred way to go. And then you've got the athletic guards, Pottinger and Rose for JP, that are breaking them down and getting out in transition. I expect Bishop McNally to come out here with maybe a high post entry or some ball reversal to get an open shot. They've struggled with the 1-3-1, and it'll be interesting to see what Coach Carroll comes out with.
Kevin Donnan and Dave Oldham along with you, the ASAA webcast of this high school provincial 4A championship game, the men's title game. The number 1 ranked Jasper Place Rebels on their home floor taking on the Bishop McNally Timberwolves, the number 3 ranked team. Bishop McNally, the Calgary powerhouse in basketball, lost the city championship to Canada Western, Western Canada out of Calgary, lost the city title game, then came back and beat Western Canada in the semifinals. So this T-Wolves team is a battle-hardened and very, very tough team. They're a tough out here at the Rebel Gym. Here's Gale going to drive the lane, tries to get past Cricky, can't do it, in the steal by McLaren. Here's Cricky, number 14, the dish into the corner, and the 3 won't go. Rebound by Kamba, the drive by Gale, too strong. Rebound Cricky, and Pottinger will bring the ball up the floor for the Rebs. Here's Cricky all alone. The 3 can't get that second bounce, and Trinidad will rebound for Bishop McNally. Bishop McNally in teal, Rebels in their home whites here at the Rebel Gymnasium. And there's the long deuce hit by number 12, Nicholas Gale, the grade 12 guard.
Jasper Place came out and played some man-to-man there out of the timeout, and Bishop McNally was able to knock a shot down. That's big for them.
9-point game. I like the energy that Nicholas Gale has brought into this game, and the foul called. Gale pleading. The foul called on number 5, Benjamin Kamba, the 6'1 forward in grade 12. Kamba pleading his case. Non-shooting foul. But I like the energy. Gale's checked out of this game, but I like the energy that he brought in his minutes.
Yeah, you need that sometimes to come off your bench and help those starters out who have been playing a few extra minutes.
There's Cricky now. Little 15-footer that won't go. Rebound Pottinger, fresh clock for the Rebels. Pottinger now. There's the nice feed down low by Cricky. A little bit of a cut there and a nice move by Cricky away from the basketball.
Yeah, that was a great finish. Nice look. He led him well to the basket, and Cricky finished that very, very smoothly.
There's a near steal by Rose. Trinidad. Here's Kamba, number 5. Near side here to Cooch. Cooch over to Trinidad. 6 on the clock. Now 2 seconds left on the clock. Got to have a shot. Trinidad from a long way. And he beats the buzzer for the long 3. And James Trinidad is riding the hot hand.
You'll see how Bishop McNally reversed the ball a few times.
And then Big Cricky. Boy, I'll tell you, the Rebels.
No ball reversal there. Just knock it down.
Yeah, just knock it down. And Cricky with the big response. And here's Trinidad now. And he nearly gets it to go. So Cricky and Trinidad putting on a bit of a shooting display here. 39-28, 11-point game as we approach the midway point of this second quarter. Jasper Place Rebels, Bishop McNally Timberwolves. 4A title game in the 3. Won't go, in the good rebound by Cooch. Here's Trinidad. Kamba, number 5. Feeds it to Cooch. Good strong move to the basket, and Cooch picks up a bucket.
Nice pro hop right to the front of the rim and finished that nicely with his left hand.
Lead cut to 9, 5 minutes gone here in this second quarter. Jasper Place. Here at the Rebel Gym in Edmonton. There's Pottinger for 3, and a well-contested 3, but right over top of Mikhail Peters.
He elevated and got that off just in time.
Rebels lead by a dozen. But don't count out this T-Wolves team. They can score in bunches. They showed that right off the start of the game. James Trinidad got hot. Here's Kamba for 3, won't go. Oh, and a great save by Eusebio as he takes a tumble into the chairs. He's all right. And the pass mishandled by number 5, Darren Hunter. But we've seen this T-Wolves team score in bunches right off the start, and it begins with James Trinidad. He's got to maintain the hot hand.
It has, and I think they need to get a little bit more inside out. JP's cued on him a little bit, and in order to get him open, they're going to have to go away from him and then come back to him.
T-Wolves here. There's a big rainbow pass across the floor. There's Cooch, kicks it back out to Trinidad. There you go with that high-low game. Here's Cooch now, over to number 21. That's Antonio Eusebio. There's a big rebound, and no mistake made by number 6, Justin Rose, as he runs the floor. Nice balance by the Rebels here with this lineup, with McLaren and Cricky in the post, and Pottinger, and there's some great post defense there by McLaren, number 9, with the big block.
Great defense, knocked the ball down and happened to land on the Bishop McNally player out of bounds, and it's JP ball.
Rebels up by 14. Cricky and McLaren alternating between shooting and the low post. Pottinger got tangled up with Cooch. That 2-pointer wouldn't go. Here's Trinidad now. Here's Cooch driving the baseline. Another big rejection by Daniel McLaren down the baseline, and what a block. And the finger roll won't go. Cricky tries to grab the rebound, but possession will be maintained with 14 on the shot clock. And boy, what great defense here by the Rebels.
Yeah, they're protecting the rim really well, sending multiple players, making it really tough on Bishop McNally to get any clear look at the rim.
3:13 to go here in this second quarter. Kevin Donnan along with you, with Dave Oldham here at the Alberta Schools Athletic Association High School Provincial Championship, the men's 4A championship game. Of course, if you're just joining us, earlier tonight the St. Albert Skyhawks with a 66-65 victory over Bishop Carroll of Calgary in a classic that if you had the opportunity to see it here on our ASAA webcast or if you were here in person, that's a basketball game, Dave, that no one will soon forget. What a performance by those two teams.
Yeah, one of the best I've seen. I've been around the high school basketball scene for 20 years, and an instant classic for sure. Both teams playing fantastic. Stars on both teams. We're talking stars at the national level that compete for our country in age group nationals. Both, to see those two girls, Edgem and Demong, go head-to-head, and their supporting casts, of course, playing exceptionally well. It was a treat.
What a privilege to call a real classic here at the ASAA. Following the timeout now, live action. Cricky now. Thought about the three. Feeds Pottinger. Pottinger, and Cricky gets fouled and will shoot two. 3:02 to go. The Rebels lead by 14. So if you're Tyler Carroll, what do you have to do to get the offense? How do you cut this lead with 3 minutes to go in this second quarter? Dave, what do you have to do if you're Tyler Carroll?
You know, JP's throwing multiple defenses, zones, and man at them. I think they need to get settled into their offense a little bit. They've reversed the ball well. They've found some open shots. They've got to be able to knock those down. Trinidad was hot early. They haven't really found someone other than him to get a hot hand. And I think they're going to find some secondary scoring in order to combat this tough JP team.
Cricky hits his two. And that varying defense there, Matt Burrows changing defenses on the fly. There's the drive, and there's Ben Cricky with the big rejection. T-Wolves will maintain possession with just 2 seconds left on the shot clock, but
foul called
check
there,
out, it is a foul called, yes.
I think Pottinger might have got him with the body as Cricky got him up top.
Yeah, okay, so they missed that foul. And here's the Rebel student section having some fun tonight, and why not? I mean, the energy coming off the women's 4A game raised the intensity level in this gym, and
that's what it's all about.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know what? It's all, that high school basketball is about having fun, and it's about the camaraderie. It's about the school spirit, and boy, is Jasper Place ever putting on a show tonight, both on the floor and in the stands. So great spirit here from both teams and their supporters as well. Good contingent from Calgary as well, with Bishop McNally, and Justin Rose draws the foul. Looked like he was a little bit shaken up on that too. Landed hard on that hip.
Yeah, I think the foul might have come as he went to pro hop to get to the rim, and they gave him the contact and a couple free throws.
Mikhail Peters' first foul. Rebs are not almost near the bonus. T-Wolves have got 2 fouls to give up before we get into the bonus here. 2:21 to go. 15-point lead for these Rebels. But these T-Wolves can score in bunches.
Yeah, both these teams are explosive, and you give them a little opportunity, and they can go on runs, 8-0, 10-0 runs in 45 seconds a minute, and JP's shown that, and Bishop McNally's certainly capable of that as well.
Here we go. Number 6, Justin Rose, the 5'11", grade 12 guard. Hits his 2. And we are just over 2 minutes to go here in a very entertaining first half. Rebels lead by 16. Ball goes off the hands of Cricky. T-Wolves will retain possession. 13 seconds on the shot clock here in this second quarter. 2:09 to go in the half. It's number 13, Mikhail Peters. Cooch now, here's Trinidad. The engine of the offense here for these T-Wolves, and the step. And 1 second left on the shot clock. Going to be tough to get the shot off here. Looks like it'll be Cooch will inbound. They're going to try just a quick tip play in the lane, and Trinidad will turn and fire, and nearly hits another 3.
Yeah, they got a nice shot with 1 second. That just about dropped for them.
And there's the drive down the baseline, and that's number 5, Darren Hunter, who gets involved in the offense. Hunter, a key part of that Rebel defense. There's a good drive by the T-Wolves. The foul called on Pottinger. It is a non-shooting foul. Trinidad, the point guard, will inbound. Eusebio now. There's Cooch. 13, Peters. Thought about driving on Rose. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. There's Cooch off the window. Fresh clock, but it doesn't matter because the Rebs will run. And that will be Justin Rose who draws the foul.
Jasper
and another
plays so dangerous in the open court, very explosive. They move the ball, they headman the ball well to get it up to the people that are ripping down the floor, and they took advantage of that for another couple free throws.
Justin Rose laying it all out on the line, sacrificing his body. There we go, and a fearless Justin Rose, a fearless competitor for Matt Burrows. And you know, it's interesting just how versatile and diverse this Rebel team is in terms of, you know, whether they can switch so easily from outside shooting to low post to, you know, driving the lane. They can do it all.
They can, and another example there, if they just collapse on the ball so well, you know, getting to the lane's not easy.
Fast break basketball, the Rebels. Rose, a rare miss on that lay-in. Final minute of play here, 19-point lead. These T-Wolves want to get some momentum. Big steal by Darren Hunter, number 5. And the big lay-in. Nice athletic play by Darren Hunter.
Much like St. Albert, Jasper Place gets a lot of offense from their defense.
There's Trinidad, long-range 3 won't go. Big rebound there, and the foul. Big foul.
Tough rebound there by
Michael Peters, yeah, and really good work by Mikhail Peters at a very important point here for the T-Wolves. Take down some of that momentum, shoot 2, play a little defense, and work on some, you know, get game plan for the second half.
Yeah, it's a good 2-for-1 opportunity. If he hits both free throws here, they can come down, get a stop, and then maybe another basket to give them a little momentum. Obviously, they have an uphill battle in the second half, but that momentum would be good for them.
And Peters makes one of his 2. 20-point lead here for the Rebels. But an 8-second differential on the shot clock, and McLaren. And it's interesting, Matt Burrows has really not gone to his bench in this first half. He has really gone with his starters. Do you think in that second half we'll see, you know, to give his starters a rest, do you think we'll see a different lineup starting the second half a bit?
You know, I think he'll come back with his starters initially as they get into that mid-third quarter. You saw it in the girls' game as well. That
see what happens,
sets
sure.
in, and then you might bring your bench in. But I think you're going to want to come out. They're going to have a 20-plus point lead here, and you're going to want to try and do a knockout punch early in the third quarter.
22-point lead, 2-second differential on the shot clock here. T-Wolves need a bucket here. Get some momentum going into the room here for the second half. There's Peters, and it will not fall. Cricky with the defensive rebound. Final second, Cricky heaves up the lefty shot, and it won't go. Your score at halftime. The Jasper Place Rebels lead by 22, 55-33. But this T-Wolves team is a scrappy bunch, and they can score in bunches. And we will have second half action in just a few moments' time here on Championship Saturday night with the Alberta Schools Athletic Association's webcast presentation of the Provincial 4A Basketball Championships, the best in basketball in high school here in Alberta. And when we return, we will have second half action as we get set to crown the 2019 Men's 4A Provincial Champion. Don't move a muscle. We'll be right back from the Rebel Gym in Edmonton. Welcome back to the Jasper Place Gymnasium in Edmonton. Kevin Donnan along with you here at the ASAA High School Provincial 4A Championship game, the men's title game. I'm joined by Dave Oldham, and we're taking a look at some of these highlights of a highly entertaining first half, but really a tale of two quarters. There, 25-23 was the score at the end of the first quarter, but as you mentioned, Dave, the Rebels with a 30-10 run in that second quarter, and that's the difference right now.
Yeah, I think the switching defenses of Jasper Place gave Bishop McNally some significant challenges in that second quarter, created turnovers and easy baskets for Jasper Place. JP didn't have to set up in a half court very much in that second quarter. They got out in the break, found some easy baskets out of their defense. So Bishop McNally is going to have to limit their turnovers and find a way. Trinidad was great in that first half, hit 4 or 5 threes. They're going to have to find some secondary and tertiary scoring to make a run here in the second half.
And what a first half it was. Very, very entertaining. Extremely entertaining first half. And here we have the more highlights for you from.
Great back cut there.
Nice back cut there, you bet. And we've got such great school spirit. We want to thank the Alberta Schools Athletic Association and JP for their hard work, and just, such outstanding, professionalism and spirit here in this weekend. It's a true celebration of basketball, and the ASAA and JP have just done a first-class job.
Yeah, you know what? These athletes will remember this for the rest of their lives, but so will those 150 or 200 or whatever it is student section, going into your own gym and potentially watching your high school win a provincial championship. They've created a wonderful atmosphere here, and it'll be lifelong memories for them as well.
Well, the Jasper Place Rebels are just 20 minutes away from a provincial title. They're up by 22. But anything can change in high school basketball. We saw that 30-10 run in the second quarter. But we also saw, Dave, that this T-Wolves team, boy, they can get hot in a hurry.
Yeah, early in the game, Trinidad especially was on fire from outside. And if they can find, I think JP's keyed on him fairly well at this point. So they're going to have to find, someone else to help out. But 20 minutes is a long time in basketball.
Oh, boy, it's a lifetime.
Adjustments will be made at halftime, and I'll be curious to see what the first few minutes of the second half looks like.
And, of course, the T-Wolves got outstanding performances in that first half from Trinidad. The floor general of Bishop McNally. And the Rebels, outstanding performances from Cricky, Pottinger. Justin Rose was so dominant in terms of, the Rebels in terms of fast break basketball really put on a display in that second quarter. In terms of, their level of fitness and their ability to run the floor was really impressive.
Yeah, they have a couple of very explosive athletes in Pottinger and Rose. And the second that ball's turned over, they're off to the races and creating very easy opportunities for themselves.
Once again, Kevin Donnan along with Dave Oldham here, the Alberta Schools Athletic Association webcast presentation of the Provincial 4A Championships. The best in high school basketball, as we mentioned, if you're just joining us, the St. Albert Skyhawks won the women's 4A Provincial Championship with a real thriller and a classic 65-66 over Bishop Carroll of Calgary. And the other Bishop of Calgary, Bishop McNally, here in action in teal against the Rebels on their home floor. There's Cricky, that low post. Cricky can do it all, and there with his back to the basket gets the Rebels' first points of the second half.
Nice finish with his right hand, which for him is his offhand, and he laid that in very smooth.
Rebels now lead by 14. Trinidad. Good energy by the T-Wolves here as we begin the second half and the march toward a provincial champion. And there's a nice play by Eusebio. And it just gets the roll, but that's a big bucket for these T-Wolves.
JP coming out in a 3-2 zone, and oftentimes against a zone it's tough to rebound, and Bishop McNally got a nice putback there.
And there's the foul. Foul drawn by number 9, Daniel McLaren, who had a very busy half at both ends of the floor. Foul by Kenyi Elia, number 22, 6'2" forward for Bishop McNally. And McLaren hits his first of two, 9:09 to go. And McLaren hits both. And we've got a 24-point lead now for the Rebels here on their home floor. Can they do it? Can they win a provincial title on their home floor? One of those rare moments for a school, but the T-Wolves are standing in their way, and they've got some work to do. Here's from the corner, and Eusebio here on this near side can't get it to go. And they'll give it to Pottinger, number 3. Malik Pottinger, senior guard. There's Cricky, given a bump, but he steps out, and the turnover there, Kenyi Elia will inbound.
Bishop McNally moving the ball very well and getting open shots. They just haven't been able to get one to drop, but I like what they're doing offensively right now.
Definitely the T-Wolves had a little bit of bad ball luck in that second quarter. And there's the steal, and Pottinger, Kamba says it went off Pottinger's hip, but the Rebels will retain the possession. Referee right on top of the play. Hunter to inbound here, 24-point lead for the Rebels. Pottinger now. There's Cricky, number 14, provincial team member. He'll be playing collegiately in the CIS, no doubt about that. Hunter can't get it to go down the baseline. Spin by McLaren. Cricky with the putback, and what great offensive rebounding by the Rebels.
Yeah, the size of Jasper plays taking over that possession there with a few offensive rebounds and a nice putback by Cricky.
And you've got those twin towers back there, Cricky and McLaren. McLaren with the near block, number 13. It's Mikhail Peters will shoot too. But McLaren and Cricky defensively have been outstanding tonight.
They've done a great job protecting the rim, making life really difficult for Bishop McNally. And Bishop McNally's had to settle for the outside shot that hasn't dropped enough for them at this point.
Capacity crowd here at the Rebel Gymnasium. Great crowds tonight. Great crowds all weekend really here throughout the city. Harry Ainley hosted some games. Sal hosted some games. I mean, I think it was 6 different schools hosted the preliminary games of this tournament. And then as we moved into the, deeper into the tournament, things settled here at the host Rebel Gym, and Pottinger nearly gets the lay-in to go. Good drive by number 3 of the Rebels.
Yeah, not every school can host a big event like this because they might not have the facility, but it is really unique and cool for those other schools to be able to host a first-round game and get their student body out and involved and activated in the tournament. When I was at Spruce Grove, we hosted one of those in 2015, a first-round game, and it's a memory that many people in our school still have.
Pottinger will shoot his second, and you know what? It just energizes the entire community, gets everybody going, and Edmonton, I mean, you can go back to the 1920s with the Edmonton Grads, the world champions. And, Edmonton and Calgary, our province is just absolutely rich in basketball tradition. There's a foul on Hunter, the reach in. But our province is blessed with a great tradition in terms of basketball. And like I say, it really started with those Edmonton Grads.
Yeah, and it carries through now with all of our post-secondary schools representing well at national championships over the years. Our Basketball Alberta team's doing well at nationals. It's a wonderful part of our community.
The growth of basketball in this province is amazing, and here's an amazing lay-in and the tip back by Pottinger. That's a great hustle play by a guy who knows how to seize the moment. Malik Pottinger in Trinidad. The near 3, and Pottinger's been all over the floor tonight. The grade 12 guard, Malik Pottinger, played such a huge role in the city championship game 2 weeks ago. And Cricky with those soft hands couldn't get that ball to go off the window. And the T-Wolves. And there's the big collision and the foul called.
Yeah, you'll see, I think the The contact there wasn't direct and was maybe inside the charge circle as well. So that was a good call on the block and a nice basket for Bishop McNally. Maybe give him a little momentum here.
Blocking foul on the Rebels, and Benjamin Kamba, 6'1" forward, grade 12 forward for Bishop McNally, will shoot 2. Once again, we want to thank all of the basketball fans, both near and far, our viewers from Calgary and every corner of the province. Thank you so much for joining us here on this ASAA High School Provincial Championship webcast via the ASAA YouTube channel, and it's been such a great privilege to be here this evening here at Jasper Place High School in Edmonton, and as we mentioned, one of the great sporting venues in Edmonton. Here's Pottinger now, going to drive the ball up the floor. He'll stop, dish to McLaren. Now Pottinger into the corner here for Rose. He'll kick it back out. Pottinger now, top of the key. He'll try the triple and hits. And Malik Pottinger.
That was smooth. He
very smooth.
Found that off his dribble, elevated, and knocked down a real tough shot.
Malik Pottinger is just absolutely draining the tank tonight here in the final game of his high school career. Here at the Rebel Gymnasium. In our next time out, Dave, you'll have to talk about a very unique stat that the Rebels could complete tonight as well. There's Pottinger on the lay-in, and he'll draw the foul from Eusebio. But the Rebels, if they can win tonight, if they can win this title tonight, they're going to complete a rare double.
Yeah, the court sport double. The announcer tonight in the gym is Sid Brandsman. He coaches the volleyball team here, and they were provincial champions this year. And you wouldn't think it would happen that often, but interestingly enough, Harry Ainley last year not
Harry
only
Ainley
won
did the triple.
Basketball, football, but they also, basketball, volleyball, they also won football. And I don't think I've ever heard of that.
No, I don't. I think that was the first time ever, yeah.
Yeah, but what JP is on the verge of doing here is really special, especially for the athletes that participated on both teams. That's incredibly unique.
The hardwood double. The Rebels are a quarter and a half away, and they lead, biggest lead of the ball game here by 31. But you know what? Don't tell James Trinidad that there's a 30-point lead, because he just cut it to 28. And there's Cricky short on the triple. And these T-Wolves, James Trinidad, if they're going to pull off a comeback, he's going to direct it. It's going to be done through him. Here's Kamba. There's the steal by Pottinger. What a great play. What a great feed. What a great finish by the Jasper Place Rebels. And that is Darren Hunter from Cricky. But it really all starts with Pottinger there. And James Trinidad can't get that 3 to go. And the travel called on Justin Rose. But Malik Pottinger, we get the replay. What a play. And then the quick thinking by Cricky, too.
Yeah, that was a great hustle play. A lot of energy brought by several players from JP in that sequence. They also had switched defenses. They were in a 3-2 zone. When Trinidad hit that last 3, they went back to man and created a little disruption to create that turnover.
Bishop McNally now down by 30. Here's Trinidad. Dishes over to Gale. Now back to Trinidad, near side. Kamba will kick it out to Trinidad. 11 on the shot clock. The 3 won't go. Here's Rose now, content to slow things down. Hands things off to Pottinger. He'll cross up, and then he's hot. There's no two ways about it. Malik Pottinger is he's on a whole other level right now.
He's certainly found another gear this half. Those are a couple incredible threes. He's finding rhythm off of his dribble, getting to his spot, same spot both times, knocking tough shots down. And JP's certainly pulled away here at mid third quarter.
And really since the opening of the second quarter, the Rebels have just really put their foot on the throttle, and you can see here that in terms of these Rebels, we could almost call them the running Rebels tonight. The old Shark days. But right now, Jasper Place is feeding off the crowd, and is getting an unbelievable performance from Malik Pottinger. He's playing the game of his life.
Yeah, and they can score in so many ways. They can score inside. Obviously in transition, they're very explosive, and then Pottinger showing an array of moves and outside shooting. It's been an impressive performance by Jasper Place.
And I'll tell you what's impressive is the school spirit of the fans in this gymnasium. Of course it is, there's no two ways about it. The T-Wolves are coming into a hostile environment, but these T-Wolves have a great and passionate group of supporters as well. And it's, it's just such a great environment. When you get into a title game like this, 4:04 to go here in the third quarter.
And I've been there. I coached the 2010 Panthers out of Spruce Grove, the girls team, against the Harry and Lee Titans, who were led by the Plouffe sisters, who went on to international fame, national team.
Yeah,
we were down about 30 at this point in the game, and it's a tough spot, but sometimes one team's just better, and that's the way it was then, and that's the way it is now.
And I mean, and the thing is, sometimes you can run into, the proverbial team of destiny. There's a big block. There's a good finish by Mikhail Peters, but sometimes you do run into that proverbial team of destiny, and right now the Rebels just have so many weapons offensively, but as a unit they play so well defensively.
They do. They're very tough. They communicate well. They defend a lot of different actions. They protect the rim. They're a tough team to load up points against.
And there's Cooch with the nice drive that just won't go, and I'll tell you, this T-Wolves team, not a lot of luck tonight around the rim. But you know what? No lack of effort by Bishop McNally.
Absolutely.
Here tonight.
Yeah, and they probably haven't seen the combination that they're seeing tonight at the rim in terms of the defenders. McLaren and Cricky have really made it difficult. And even that little bit of a subtle change or big change in some cases changes how they have to attack.
And the travel called on Mohammed Mahmoud, the 5'7" guard. Got caught on a little bit of a walk. He checks in for his first minutes. Inside 3 minutes here, third quarter. 31-point lead, and there's a nice little drive and lay-in by number 12, Nicholas Gale, the grade 12 guard for Bishop McNally.
Great spin move with a soft finish.
And there's Malik Pottinger, and one of the rare times he's missed tonight on the lay. And there's Cooch with the big layup, and he draws two. He will shoot two as he draws the foul with 2:34 to go.
Give Bishop McNally a lot of credit. They're playing hard. They're getting up and down the floor. They're looking for their opportunities, and they're not going to go away easily.
Lucas Robertson checks in for the Rebels. Daniel McLaren sits out, so it's 1-6'5" grade 12 forward for another. Lucas Robertson, 6'5", grade 12. So really the Rebels, you take McLaren out of the game, he's been in all night, and you go in with another big body like Lucas Robertson. What a luxury to have if you're Matt Burrows.
Yeah, they're loaded at that forward position, and
there's a great steal by Nicholas Gale in the lay-in, and boy, these T-Wolves never say die, and they've got the pressure defense on too, so like the spirit of this T-Wolves team. Here's Cricky now. Nice ball fake. Dishes it off to Mahmoud. Oh, and there's Rose. Feeds down to Robertson. Great save. Here's Mahmoud with a great fake. Rose now for three from the corner, and it won't go. Fresh clock, but the rebound by Gale. Here's Nicholas Gale, who's had some quality minutes for these T-Wolves. And another great little stop and pop from number 12 as he gives Bishop McNally a lift.
He's been a huge spark the last 2 minutes.
25-point lead, 75-50, 1:30 to go here. Rebel Gymnasium, third quarter, provincial championship game, men's 4A, the top division in the province. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and the foul called. Benjamin Kamba.
Non-shooting foul, so JP will take the side out. 14 on the shot clock.
Kamba can't believe it. 1:19 to go, 25-point game. Justin Rose will inbound. He'll find Cricky. Cricky was going to dish, but they left him alone with the three, and Ben Cricky, the big southpaw, hits the triple.
Just a half hesitation there on the defensive end, and Cricky took advantage of it.
Just enough to freeze the defense, and then Cricky pulled the trigger. Speaking of pulling the trigger, there's Nicholas Gale with the response, and Nicholas Gale has come off the bench for Bishop McNally and has done just a tremendous job.
What a quarter. Hey, it's his last half of high school basketball. He's going to go out playing hard, and it's a great testament to his character, how he's playing right now.
Ball goes off the hands of Cricky, and yeah, absolutely. Your last half of basketball at the high school level, you've got to drain the tank, and that's exactly what Nicholas Gale and this entire T-Wolves team is doing right now. They know they're down. They know they're down big, but they are not stopping, and that's to their tremendous credit. Trinidad for the triple, won't go. Rebound, Cricky. Great box out there, and a good defensive rebound by big number 14 of the Rebels. The 6'7", grade 12 forward. Here's Rose down to Robertson. Drives the baseline. The good defense by Peters. There's Nicholas Gale now. Going to drive the baseline. Kicks it back out. There's Kamba. Will spin. Try and drive the lane. Trinidad will drive. Won't go off the glass. And Rose in the final play of this quarter. And Pottinger nearly, and there's Trinidad, and he would have beat the buzzer, but threw up the prayer. And at the end of the third quarter, the Jasper Place Rebels lead by 25, 78-53. Now, as we take a look, let's take a look at these highlights from the third quarter, Dave, and I'll tell you, another dominant performance by these Rebels, but the T-Wolves aren't going away either.
No, you know what? JP came out and as maybe they planned out of the half, came out to give that final blow, and they were up 30 plus. But Bishop McNally hasn't gone away. They fought back there in the last few minutes, and I mean, they still have a significant gap here to make up, but anything can happen. They need to come out and get some real good momentum, some turnovers, some easy baskets in the first minute or two of the first quarter.
And it was a real duel in that third quarter between Nicholas Gale of the Timberwolves and Malik Pottinger of the Rebels. I mean, Pottinger's had an outstanding game, all game really. But when you really, it was a great one-on-one battle, and there's Gale on the lay-in, but it was a real duel between two great players.
Yeah, it's almost like Pottinger came out and said, we're going to put this one away, and Gale came back and said, well, not quite yet.
Not quite yet,
We got a little fight left in us, and it was nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. Nicholas Gale is saying, hey, no one's starting the bus just yet, because we got lots of basketball left to go. 10 minutes away from crowning a provincial champion. Of course, we have made history tonight. The St. Albert Skyhawks. Congratulations to John Diedrich and his team as they captured the women's 4A title with a thriller, a 66-65 win over Bishop Carroll of Calgary. So here we are, 10 minutes to go. Jasper Place. Can they close out a provincial title on their home floor? Here's Trinidad. Oh, and there's a nice lay-in by Eusebio.
Great look off the backside. Trinidad eyed him up, and Eusebio laid that in with ease.
There's the three by Rose, short. Rebound by the T-Wolves. There's the drive by Kamba. Kamba's has had an unlucky night. It's unfortunate because he's been a great player for the T-Wolves tonight.
He's attacked the rim really hard, and they haven't fallen for him like I'm sure they normally do, but
he's the kind of guy that you got to keep shooting. You got to,
yeah, absolutely.
You get into a slump, you got to keep going. You can't not pull the trigger. And there's Ben Cricky showing off the CIS is going to fall in love with Ben Cricky for the next 4 years.
Yeah, he's been heavily recruited already, and I'm sure he'll have lots of opportunities as he leaves high school basketball when that happens.
There's Peters with the turnaround jumper that takes about 14 hops before it falls, but nice work by Peters, who's also had a strong game for these T-Wolves.
Yeah, he played really well early. He was a good secondary scorer when Trinidad was knocking down the threes, and he's continued to play well.
And there's the follow-up by Justin Rose as he puts away that offensive rebound after the shot. And it's been a total team effort here by the Rebels as they enjoy, once again, a 25-point lead. There's Peters now.
Soft touch.
Nice touch from the foul line, you bet. Mikhail Peters, 6'5" post player in grade 12, playing his final game. And like we say, he's leaving it all out on the floor tonight for Tyler Carroll and these T-Wolves. And a rare mistake and a miscommunication between McLaren and Cricky. And there's a nice drive by Cooch that won't go. Rebound McLaren. Here's Pottinger looking for the alley-oop to Justin Rose, and a nice lay-in alley-oop.
Two great athletes showing off their athleticism on that play. That was pretty to watch.
These two seniors will close it out. A veteran lineup for Matt Burrows. Matt Burrows with 7 grade 12s, so the future, actually it's more like about 8 or 10 grade 12s, but the future is bright for JP as a perennial basketball power. Here's McLaren, near side corner.
Matt's worked really hard the last several years to continue to build the JP program here, and to see them on the verge of their 4A title in their home gym, I'm sure he's very rewarding for him right now.
10 grade 12s on this Rebel team, 5 grade 11s, and a nice runner by James Trinidad, who's had an outstanding tournament. And you know what? You can say, even though there is a 26-point deficit, James Trinidad has had a fantastic game tonight.
Right from the start of the game, he came out ready to play, and he's exhibited that throughout. Really strong performance.
There's the little cut by number 5, Darren Hunter, that just eludes him. And here we go with the turnover, so the T-Wolves will have possession here. 6 minutes to go. 26-point lead for these JP Rebels as they look to win a provincial title on their home floor and complete that rare hardwood double. A provincial title in basketball and volleyball, and the nice putback, the near tip by Cooch, and a fresh clock for the T-Wolves. There's Kamba. Nice drive in the lane there.
Great take.
Pottinger now bring the ball up the floor as we approach the midway point of this fourth quarter. Rebels lead by 24. Cricky can't get the left-hander to go, but he's going to get the easy lay-in, and Mikhail Peters wisely didn't give up the foul there when it's basically a complete uncontested lay-in, and Eusebio with the near alley-oop from Trinidad.
That's the second time they've looked for that backdoor alley-oop. They hit it the first time and are going to the line here the second time. It's a nice little look for them.
Eusebio has been very active, made some very athletic plays tonight. He's been a force for the T-Wolves. He misses his first, as the Rebels now enjoy a 26-point lead. There's only a 2-point difference in the first quarter. Let's not forget that. But this Rebel team found another gear. And it's interesting, this Rebel team in the city final against Terry Ainley started off with a 17-0 run, a 17-0 run in the first quarter, and they rode that out. Here, it was, maybe a little bit of nerves. You come out, and credit to Bishop McNally, they got hot in the first quarter, but as soon as things settled down, these Rebels took over.
They did, and they're so diversified in how they score.
There's Ben Cricky
there at the rim. The athletic guards out in transition and penetrating pull-up threes. It's been an impressive overall performance.
What a luxury to have a 6'7" forward that can play with his back to the basket and shoot threes whenever he likes. I'm sure Matt Burrows would admit he's a lucky, lucky man.
Yeah, you don't see that too often walking through your high school hallways. So when you do, this is where you want to get to.
And you make your own luck, too. I mean,
Absolutely.
You know what? This Rebel team's an extremely hard-working team, and boy, can they shoot. Number 5, Darren Hunter gets in on the act, and I think just about every member of the starting 5 has had a three-pointer tonight.
They've attacked well. They've played inside out. They've scored in transition. It's
Oh, nice work by Cooch, number 2 of the T-Wolves. Great work by Niall Jacob Cooch, the grade 12 forward.
Slipped underneath there for the offensive rebound and put back. Well done.
But have you we talked about St. Albert completing, in the women's division, completing, one of those rare seasons where, they're just that team of destiny. But, boy, this Rebels team is so balanced from top to bottom, really.
Yeah, and they've been consistent all year, easily winning the Edmonton Metro Championship and not really being tested, throughout the provincial championship. They've kind of had a good run.
And it's been an outstanding tournament here on the men's and women's divisions, both on really, the championship and consolation brackets. These are the best teams in the province, and there's one of the best point guards in the province, James Trinidad. He must have at least 6 or 7 threes tonight.
He's been consistent throughout the game and knocking that shot down. And full credit to Bishop McNally. The game at this point, 24 points, 3 minutes, but they're playing hard. Their coach is engaged, and they're going to finish this strong. Yeah,
Tyler Carroll has not sat down. And I'll tell you, in this T-Wolves team, credit to Bishop McNally. You're coming into, there's a nice little left-handed little baby hook by Cooch, but you're coming into a hostile environment. JP's the number 1 ranked team in the province. And Bishop McNally, you're the top, 2 of the top 3 teams battling it out here. But, it's been a real celebration, and certainly the T-Wolves, this loss will sting, but it doesn't diminish their season one bit.
Not at all. Very worthy finalists. It's a huge accomplishment to get to a 4A provincial final. They've been there before. Coach Kroll has won one before. They know the work and effort it takes to get here, and all credit to them for coming out tonight and making it an entertaining game for everyone.
Well, and like we say, it's such a celebration of basketball, the top teams in the province. And, and we certainly want to congratulate Tyler Carroll and Bishop McNally as we get set to crown the Rebels here with a 22-point lead. Barring something of, well, I guess you could say biblical proportions. But, with a 22-point lead, 2:20 to go here, I guess it's time now for Matt Burrows to get his seniors out there, get them on the floor to close out a really historic season for the Rebs.
Yeah, this has been a group that I know has come up and worked hard over the last several years. And as you've said, a celebration of basketball for them, for our community, and for the JP student section over there. I'm sure we're going to see a pretty good celebration.
It's going to be a long night for those students, I think. Number 9, Daniel McLaren, shaken up on that play. Looked like he got jammed a finger by the looks of things. Medical staff will take a look at him. He's a tough kid, though. He'll be back if he needs to be, but I think he can pretty much close things out. There's another athlete, Benjamin Kamba, who, like we say, he was, a little bit, he had some tough luck through this game, but, he has really fought hard. And like we say, credit to these T-Wolves for battling here the whole way, no matter what.
Yeah, other teams would have packed it in when they were down 35 midway through the third quarter. They've brought it back to a 20-point game. It's a huge uphill battle at that point, but they're competing right the way through and showing some good skill and offensive rebounding.
And this team will be back. I mean, Bishop McNally is a Calgary power in terms of basketball, along with Western Canada. I mean, certainly Edmonton is known, Harry Ainley, Jasper Place, Ross Shep, those are the perennial basketball powers. But Bishop McNally, certainly, they'll be back.
Yeah.
No question about it. And there's a big block by number 13, Jake Delgersot, the 6'5",
And just
Grade
down the
12?
street here as well, St. FX.
Absolutely.
O'Leary,
Tremendous.
Russ Shep, Dave Youngs, my goodness, at Russ Shep over the years. Such great coaching at the senior men's level and senior women's, obviously, but the men's coaching and programs in Edmonton are incredible and really deep.
And it all starts with, the tremendous support of, the school boards and their local staffs. And then, of course, when you have the provincial body, the Alberta Schools Athletic Association, they do such a great job in terms of, bringing all of these tournaments together. So it's no wonder we have such tremendous athletes and such tremendous coaches and such tremendous coaching and development when you have such a good system in place.
Yeah, I think we're really fortunate to have
Pottinger gets caught on the walk.
all the infrastructure in place to create environments and opportunities for kids like this. And, not everyone can win. And both these teams are going to be better off. Both these groups of athletes are going to be better off for this experience. And it's a wonderful opportunity to exhibit sport.
And the compete level in this tournament is was really off the chart this week. And, just such a great, like we say, celebration of the sport. And, and a whole lot of fun, because they don't call it March Madness for nothing. And you know what? Alberta owns its own little piece of that too, because we've got great basketball communities all the way, from every corner of the province. And 1:17 to go here. Mikhail Peters checks out, so does Gale, and Trinidad kind of hugs all around for Tyler Carroll as he gives a hug to his seniors. And you know what? Tremendous credit to Tyler Carroll getting his younger players out on the floor, here in this championship game, and give them just a little taste of that championship game experience.
Yeah,
classy move by Tyler Carroll.
Yeah, he's done a great job all tournament, built a great program at his school, and full credit to him and his staff for doing a great job today.
And here's Matt Burrows with his seniors on the floor now. And there's the buzzer beater. When they're going for you, when they're falling, they're falling. There's Darren Hunter. Final minute here. 22-point lead, and it's cut to 20, 96-76.
41.3 seconds to go in the game.
Number 5, Benjamin Kamba checks out for the T-Wolves. Disappointed, but what a performance by Kamba, and great performance by Bishop McNally. And we want to pay tribute, of course, do some thank yous. We want to thank Jasper Place High School. Of course, the Rebels have, when it comes to basketball tournaments, they've sort of written the book on that. I mean, the Reb tournament every December, much like the Totem Hoop Classic and other great tournaments around our area. JP has been tremendous hosts, and we certainly want to give a big tip of the cap to Matt Burrows and the entire staff here at JP. And this crazy, boy, gotta love these students here in the student section here at JP as they get ready to celebrate and storm the floor in 41 seconds. But also want to thank the Alberta Schools Athletic Association for bringing this webcast to our viewers. And want to thank everyone for joining us this evening as we've made a little bit of history tonight at the Rebel Gym. Rebels up by 20, closing out a provincial title. The three won't go. It's number 7, Thomas Watchman. Grade 12 forward. So he gets a touch. That won't go. Rebound by McLaren. Who else? And the Rebels now content to close this out with the shot clock all to themselves. And here's Ben Cricky, number 14, as the Jasper Place Rebels are counting down a provincial championship. The Jasper Place Rebels are the 4A Alberta Provincial Champions with a 96-76 win over the Bishop McNally Timberwolves. And what a night for the Rebels, Dave. What a night.
Fantastic night for Jasper Place, their student body, Coach Burrows, his staff, all the athletes involved. a tremendous performance, a 20-point win. Full credit to Bishop McNally and their
Great
staff
performance.
and athletes.
Great performance.
They hung in there right till the end, but I think tonight it was Jasper Place's night, and they're deserving of their provincial championship.
Definitely a team of destiny. The Jasper Place Rebels, of course, they got here with wins over Beaver Lodge, St. FX, and Cardston. Bishop McNally took down that pesky Skona squad 88-81. They took down Harry Ainley 82-72. Bishop McNally beat Western Canada, the team that beat them for the city championship, and then Bishop McNally came up short here tonight. But congratulations to Tyler Carroll and the entire T-Wolf team on an outstanding season and an outstanding tournament. But the night belonged to JP.
Absolutely. You can see the coaches over there congratulating each other. Coach Carroll won this 2 years ago. He knows what it means to a program and to the athletes for that success. And you could see some genuine sportsmanship there between the two coaches. That was nice to see.
Just a fantastic finish. And like I say, two very hard-working, classy teams duking it out here. And JP, with the home crowd behind them too, that never hurts either on your home floor. It's a little extra to play for, but these Rebels have completed a fantastic season. They won the Metro Athletic title here in Edmonton with a big win over Harry Ainley 2 weeks ago, and here they complete a dream season, the 4A title. But we're gonna hand out some medals to Bishop McNally here, pay tribute to their great season. And Dave Oldham, if you had a player of the game for Bishop McNally, who would that be?
Oh, I think it's going to be pretty obvious in my mind. I think James Trinidad.
Sure, I was thinking the same thing. You bet.
He got him off to that good start, kept him in the first quarter. Like you said, 6 or 7 threes, distributed the ball well. Really key for them. They had some other nice performances as well, but he stood out for me.
And I mean, really, James Trinidad, really in that first quarter, if you're a Rebel fan, you're thinking, this kid's got a hot hand. And he threw a little bit of, first quarter, there was a little bit of fear there because, hey, if this kid is a problem here, because he hit on his first three-point attempts.
Yeah, he came out on fire, and unfortunately for Bishop McNally, JP just scores in so many ways.
Yeah.
And Bishop McNally wasn't able to diversify their offense the same way as Jasper Place was, but it was sure a great start for Bishop McNally in due part to James Trinidad.
And here is James Trinidad receiving his silver medal, and you know what, it's a great, like I say, the loss stings right now, but it's a great way to close out a high school career with a silver medal in the 4A championship. There's Niall Jacob Cooch, another grade 12 forward. He had a strong game. John Pasquale is grade 11 guard. He'll be a big part of the T-Wolves next year. Matthew Cabea, 6'3" forward, grade 12. Benjamin Kamba, kind of the emotional leader of this T-Wolves team, and played some great basketball.
And this is Bishop McNally's 6th straight trip to provincials, so they've built a culture and an expectation at that school that this is where they want to be on a year in and year out basis. So I'm sure with a good core of grade 11s and the new players that join them next year, Coach Carroll will get them ready to make another run.
Mikhail Peters, who both Nicholas Gale and Mikhail Peters played outstanding tonight. I thought Gale really provided a spark off the bench.
Yeah, they were both very solid right throughout the game. The spark off the bench in the third quarter was nice to see.
So let's offer our congratulations here to Bishop McNally, the Timberwolves, on an outstanding season. Tyler Carroll and his team, and no doubt about it. Like you say, 6 straight trips to the 4A. To the 4A tournament. There's no doubt about it. These T-Wolves will be back, and congratulations to Bishop McNally. And now we move on to the Rebels as we close out the silver medal presentation and the trophy presentation to a very deserving runner-up as they knocked off the number 2 seed. They took out Western Canada. So as Bishop McNally had an exciting tournament to be able to get some revenge on the team that knocked you off for the city title. So, you know what? These T-Wolves can hold their heads very, very high.
Absolutely, and I've been in those situations where one team's won a city championship and you see each other in a big provincial game, and there is a measure of revenge, if you will, in those situations, because those city championships are also important for teams. And
absolutely,
it's nice to see the competition go back and forth.
And here we go with the gold medal presentation here, the JP Rebels. Mohammed Mahmoud, Mako Punsalan, the guard, grade 11 guard. He will be factoring in the plans next year. Malik Pottinger, I thought really was the player of the game. I think, defensively in terms of had a couple of big steals, really had some momentum changing plays. I mean, really the starting five, you could name any player as player of the game. Pottinger was huge. Justin Rose early on was dominant. But you can really, pick someone out of the starting five.
Well, and I think there are different times in the game, different athletes, made that jump. And Pottinger early in that third quarter, a couple of pull-up threes, and his defensive energy rose throughout the game. Cricky's always a threat inside out, and any number of them. You're absolutely right. And what a luxury and well-earned luxury for Coach Burrows and his staff. They've worked with these athletes over a long period of time, and they have a very, very good basketball team.
There is Daniel McLaren. Speaking of defensive energy, he's getting his gold medal. A great way for him to close out his career.
These athletes will go on, many of them, to post-secondary in basketball and other sports. But at moments like these, they'll have these memories forever.
And here's the name to remember. Here's the name to remember. Ben Cricky. He will be, like you say, CIS. You will hear his name again and again in the years to come. And now we will, Matt Burrows, the head coach, and his staff will receive their gold medals, and we will soon have interviews with the player of the game, or we'll pick a Rebel player. Like we say, it'd be too difficult to pick an actual. We could spend an hour here, arguing about who's the actual player of the game, but we'll let our crew pick. We'll let our crew pick the player of the game, and we'll have a quick chat with Matt Burrows. But here are the captains. Here's McLaren, Hunter, Pottinger, and Cricky, the big four for the Rebels. And there it is, the provincial 4A championship. There's Rose getting in on it. There's the big five for the Rebels. And let's unfurl that banner here at the Rebel Gym, the 4A boys, high school provincial champions, the Jasper Place Rebels. And what a moment for these athletes.
Absolutely. You said earlier in the broadcast, if these walls could talk. And there's another story to be told. And these young athletes and coaching staff and the student body here were a big part of it. And this will be a long-lasting memory, a banner that stays in their facility forever. And, it's amazing to see the coaches and the programs that have put so much time in over the years. You don't think of alumni in high school sport in Alberta, but alumni are here. They're proud. The picture there.
What a photo.
That'll go up on every wall of those athletes and somewhere in the school.
And 50 years from now, one of these kids tonight is going to look back at that photo, and they will be able to go right back to this moment. Yeah. And that's the beauty of athletics. It's the beauty of basketball. It's, when you can get a team like this together, you may, 30, 40 years from now, you may run into a guy you played with in the grocery store. Yeah. You haven't seen him in 30 years, but nothing will change in that time frame.
For sure.
And that's the beauty of a night like tonight.
Absolutely.
And we're going to try and get an interview here, but like you say, what a community here at JP in terms of, the student body, the student population, the staff. We've seen tons of alumni here tonight, former teachers, former athletes, former students, all here tonight. And this is what it's all about here. You've got the team mixed in with the entire student not the entire student population, but a good chunk of it. And what school spirit here at JP. Look at that. Boy,
absolutely.
Great shot by our camera guy, Dave Foley here. And what a night here at JP. And, and what a great tournament by the Alberta Schools Athletic Association. this right here, what you see in front of you, is a byproduct of what they do.
Yeah.
This is the type of success that the ASAA brings, the type of professionalism and spirit, and we just want to thank them so much. And there's another great photo. There's Matt Burrows with what appears to be his young son on his arm. Who knows?
Yeah,
10, 12 years we may be seeing. We may be seeing him at the Rebel Gym on a Saturday night in March.
Yeah, and it's the best part of school sport right now. It's
absolutely
when you're representing your school, it's about something that's bigger than yourself. And to leave the legacy that those athletes and coaching staff will leave in this building is very unique. And
we are going to get Ben Cricky, number 14, player of the game for the Rebels, and we'll get you to. Well, obviously, we'll throw some questions his way as they begin the celebration. He's going to want to get into that room. We're going to ask him a couple of questions, and what a night for Ben Cricky. And for the entire Jasper Place student community, really, just a great night to celebrate. And here we are at the Rebel Gym, and there's Cricky getting congratulations. He'll be moving on. We understand that he'll be going to the U of A. At least that's, I don't know if he's made his firm commitment yet, but we understand that Ben Cricky will be going to the Golden Bears, and across the river, I'm sure the next 4 years or 4 or 5 years will be, will be great for him over there.
If he lands there, what a great pickup for Coach Barnaby Craddock. And, and the U of A Bears. He's a star, and I think he'll be continuing to represent, at the national stage as well. He's been an identified athlete with Basketball Canada, and has had some success at a wide range of levels.
And just, such a versatile player. Not only does he have the responsibility of scoring, he's one of the first guys back on defense. He is the hustle guy. He's a true leader in terms of being able, in terms of posting up or shooting. He's really got it all.
Yeah, I see Malik Pottinger down there as well with his dad, Clayton.
Okay.
And Clayton's the coach at Red Deer College and was a U of A basketball player himself back in the 90s.
Well, here we go with Ben Cricky. Ben, we talked to you 2 weeks ago. First of all, Kevin Donnan with Dave Oldham here, Ben. Ben, take us through those last 10 seconds when you had the ball. What was going through your mind as a grade 12, as a senior, closing out a provincial title? Take us what was going through your mind.
It's just super special. We've been working for this for 3 years now to get to this point, and it's just super exciting to win it with the guys that we've worked with all throughout high school. It's really awesome.
Now, tonight, it was really like you got such great performances, like everybody, like your starting five. Yeah. Dave and I were talking that we could argue for an hour as to who could be the player of the game, but really everybody stepped up.
Oh, yeah. We've been working lately, just everybody as a team, doing their job. People played their roles. We didn't really need one guy. It was a collective effort.
Talk to us about Malik tonight.
Malik, he just runs the floor for us. He's a great guy, can get the shot off the bounce, passes. It's amazing.
And Dave's got a couple of questions for you as well.
Hey, Ben, congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic effort by your team.
Thank you.
Going into the game, what about Bishop McNally? Had you guys kind of ready and aware? Or what were they going to bring that you were preparing for?
Well, we watched film. We knew they were going to come out tough and shooting and everything. We just prepared with our zone defense, and we were ready for them tonight.
Yeah, you guys executed very well. You scored in so many different ways. You got a celebration to go to, so we'll let you go.
And one more thing, Ben. How great is it to be on your home floor in your grade 12 year with the student body? Just how special is this?
Oh, it's amazing. The crowd was unbelievable all night, all week, all year. It was amazing.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Ben. Get up on that ladder and cut the net down. Let's talk to your coach, and congratulations. Yeah, we were just saying Matt, Kevin Donnan, along with Dave Oldham here, and we were saying, Ben, go down and cut down that net.
That's right.
Well, Matt, congratulations. What a special season. But, that first quarter was almost like your city championship game. The T-Wolves came out hot, but in that second quarter, you went on a 30-10 run, and that was the difference in that second quarter.
Yeah. We felt we were confident in our scheme and our systems that we had kind of put together, and they shot a really high percentage in the first quarter. And it's really unusual if you can sustain that for a game. So we felt that we were going to be all right eventually. It just was a matter of when.
Now, really, I mean, your starting five tonight, I mean, to a man, there was, I mean, really, like we just mentioned this to Ben that, you know, we could argue for a long time as to who the player of the game was, but your starting five, you could name anyone.
Yeah, they're all just so special. Like, we just have a really special group. You know, we started the season with 15 and to end with 15. Like, honestly, that's pretty rare in high school sports sometimes. So, I don't know. We have just so many guys that can go in and do different things at different times. If we need to be small and fast, we can be small and fast. If we need to be big and strong, we could be big and strong. So it's just a really nice combination of everything this year.
Awesome. Congratulations, Matt.
Thanks, buddy.
You've done so much for the basketball community through the Rep tournament and everything, the city championships you've hosted, the provincial championships, all the extra work that you take on. Tell me, a night like tonight to host the 4A final and win it as the #1 seed, can you summarize kind of how it is for you?
Yeah, it's just special. You know what I mean? And it's just special for the kids. I think some of these guys have won so much in basketball, in volleyball, in track, and football. You know, it's just they take it for granted. I don't think they're going to realize how special it is until they're a little bit older and they see how hard it is maybe when they're coaching and whatnot. So, yeah, just, you know, just culmination of everything is really cool.
Well, Matt, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Jasper Place. Get over there with your team, cut down the nets. And I guess, you know what? The 2019-20 season starts in a few days. Maybe not tomorrow. You're going to celebrate this, but congratulations to you and your entire team.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
And thank you. And that brings this Alberta Schools Athletic Association's webcast coverage of the Provincial 4A Men's Championship game from Jasper Place High School in Edmonton to a close. And what a night at the Rebel Gymnasium. The Jasper Place Rebels come away with a 96-76 victory over the Bishop McNally T-Wolves in the Provincial Men's 4A Championship. We want to thank the staff and students here at JP for their support and assistance throughout this week. We also want to thank the ASAA for bringing this webcast to you. It's been quite a night for basketball here in our province and quite a doubleheader. Earlier this evening, the St. Albert Skyhawks took down Bishop Carroll of Calgary 66-65 in a classic. And of course, you just saw the JP Rebels win the men's 4A title 96-76 over the Bishop McNally Timberwolves. And on behalf of my broadcast partner, Dave Oldham, I'm Kevin Donnan, and on behalf of the Alberta Schools Athletic Association from the Provincial Championship Tournament, good night from Jasper Place High School in Edmonton.